And I found it interesting learning from your business. My husband's a little bit more familiar with your business than I am, to see the different pieces and parts that, the things that are similar about yours that we can then go back and incorporate. Like we've been doing the cannibalizing our products, but not to the extent that you have, and actually recognizing that that could be something that you can do and be successful at. So it kind of reframed what we've been doing. Like our legal forms generator, we've got a version 1, version 2, and now we're going to a web-based version, but we hadn't considered that as version 4, which it really is. And now we can go back and, kind of apply it, and that the fact that you can still sell, like you said, your prior version on, say, Amazon, but you can keep your newest version on your site, that's acceptable and okay. To be able to just keep going and keep improving it, and the fact that you can be okay with improving it, and your customers will continue to buy, which they have, but we also need to go back. The example of your pre-sale not working for your, forget which product it was that you pre-sold before and then didn't pre-sell, we've done that same mistake. So, going back and redoing it and basically putting in an article that, hey, we screwed up, this is what we did wrong, and how we'll do it going forward, so that it's from us.
And I think it was very valuable, for example, when you talk about mini sites versus putting the products on one site, and some of the advice you gave in the workshop was very valuable, because we've done some of the same things and didn't know how to solve the problems, and you gave some very good solutions for that. It provided a foundation. When I went to school, they taught us how to think like the profession that I'm in. They didn't necessarily give you the answers, but they gave you the means, the building blocks that you could go take them out and apply them as situations arose. And I think that's what you've done here. Here's your foundation, here's the things you can use, and as you go forward, you have those building blocks, and you're able to mold your business the way you want to go with it. It wasn't build a business in one workshop. It was, here's how to go forward, and that's what I was very impressed with.
And for me, is knowing that your uniqueness is going to change a little bit over time, and your feedback you get for your customers will kind of clarify what you thought was right may not be exactly quite right, so it'll continue to grow. And then also being able to have the safe zone, as you call it, be able to say something and go, no, that's not right, and being okay with somebody telling you it's not right. You're maybe thinking of it differently, and kind of go, okay, I need to go back and rethink what I thought was correct. For introvert? Extremely, because I don't like to speak if I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'll just sit in a corner and watch and observe and listen, and I might not be the one to say something, and then I may go home thinking I've had understood it, and then realizing that by speaking it out loud, I realized I didn't have everything understood like I thought. So.
And I was impressed with the fact that both for extroverts and introverts, there was the ability to come forward and do what you needed to and take advantage of the fit. I mean, very often you'll see a situation where, for example, extroverts dominate at a workshop. I mean, just, they're there. And you really get no choice to get much input, because no matter what's going on, they're pretty much the life of the party. And here we really felt there was an opportunity for us to actually participate and learn something in the process.
Usually I can get away with not having to do too much. I mean, I'm good with, I'm, very logical and systematic, and, if I can, work it out on paper, that's easy. But when you're in a group setting and having to hear what other people are saying and actually respond and participate, and there was a few people like Lynn in my group who was very good at drawing the two introverts, myself and Leah, out of the group and kind of pulling our ideas out and not just letting us sit there. So I think the other people in the workshop helped to facilitate that as well.
Yeah, there was a few times I felt we were pushing beyond our comfort zone, particularly with group activities, but I felt better for having done it. If it wasn't at the start, it's like, do I really want to do this? It's like, well, I'll give it a shot. And I was glad I did. Because I think that if you're not where you want to be in your business, there's some fundamental problems, and one of them obviously is the uniqueness, and it's very hard to grasp, and I've not seen it put together in one package like the way you've done it here. And I mean, it's almost like the answer is 80% of the way there now, and we're confident that because of the tools you've given us, we're able to go get that other 20%. And we were floundering around with maybe 10% of what we needed before we actually showed up on that particular issue, and I think it's vital to have it.
Okay.
Just getting away sometimes is helpful. You know what I mean? Getting away from everything you're doing, all of your business that you're doing, and actually getting to focus on, those things. We do it once a year, we go away, and we plan and strategize and all that, and then we'll revisit about halfway through the year. But to have something in between that's a little bit more focused on not just what we think is important, but hearing somebody else's business. You know, there was another attorney and his wife were here, and, you know, other businesses that were completely unrelated that you can then take that information and kind of incorporate it.
If you weren't here, I'm sorry for you.
What's that?
If you weren't here, I'm sorry for you. Should have been here.